Okay, so now comes the second round of courage that will further drive clarity for you. You start trying, you start acting, and you track the results. You mindfully observe what happens now that you're acting. Just as I wanted to start losing weight, I had to be courageous enough to get on the scale every morning and still do. I had to start a spreadsheet where I was tracking my calories and my macronutrients. I had to be courageous enough to observe what it was I was doing. Right before I even changed, I had to have the courage to start looking at things in the present, the current state of affairs, if you will. And immediately I saw, well, geez, I'm overeating 35, 36, 3,700 calories a day, most of it late in the day. That is not working for me. Instant clarity because I had the courage to look. What I now needed to do became very, very obvious. So now in 2024, as I seek to improve my social life, I want to be more present, more giving, more honest, more authentic, more courageous, stronger in social situations. I now have to have the courage to look and see how things are going currently. Kind of grim at times, in fact. Now I need to begin to keep a journal where I track my daily social experiences, my daily social performance, if you like. If a conversation died with me, note that. Well, I didn't speak up. I wasn't interested, really. I wasn't interesting. I had nothing to contribute. Could I have asked a question? Could I have maybe focused on the other person? What could I have done? It's a question we can ask, but we also need to note the fact that it happened. I got too excited talking to this woman and kind of lost control of my breathing and was trying too hard to be funny and then ended up saying something beta, ended up saying something self-deprecating or demoralizing or unfunny. Tried too hard to be funny and failed. Whatever that looks like. It's going in the journal. We're going to read about it. And now we have some stuff to work with. Now we are really developing that clarity. It's not always going to be fun. In fact, it'll probably be humbling and painful more often than not as you observe yourself making the same mistakes over and over again. Hopefully less and less, but old habits die hard and those old patterns, those old scripts, they run and they run and they run until we get super, super clear on how to stop running them, take control of that sort of unconscious behavior that's driving us down. So with each repetition for you and for me, and with that discipline, that reoccurring discipline to record our actions, record our experiences, think about those experiences, observe those experiences from the outside, comes the clarity we so desperately need. So consider this for yourself now. You've resolved to do something, some kind of goal. You want to be a better parent, a better leader. You want to be fitter. You want to learn a new language. You've resolved to do this thing, but you're unclear on the steps. Follow your cœur. That's French for heart, or if you like the Latin, core. Follow your heart. That's an insanely platitudinous, sort of pithy thing to say on a podcast, but we're talking about courage. The word courage comes from the heart. Follow your heart. Do what comes naturally. Do what intuitively seems right. Within reason, of course. Do your research and don't be an idiot. I'm talking to myself here, by the way. Have the courage to lead yourself. And then have the courage to look back at the results and say how it went. Don't just be one of these people that says, I have no filter, I say whatever I want. Fine, say whatever you want, but then think about how those words echoed out into the world and what good or bad did they do. Have the courage to lead. Have the courage to observe the results of your actions. To me, being willing to run this sort of trial and error on our own life, to me, that defines courage. Right? Being willing to try something because I thought of it and actually then it didn't work and I'm aware that it didn't work and here's what I'm going to do next. That is an extremely courageous way to go through life. I'm trying to get there myself. Through that courage, through that repeated acting and observation and estimation of how our actions are working out for us, comes the clarity that keeps us going forward. Comes that certainty, that strong knowing that we are on the right path because it's the path we've cut for ourselves. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please let me know. Are you clear on the steps you're taking forward in life? Or could a little bit of courage maybe give you that oomph that you need to start down the path? I'd love to hear from you. Until we speak again, please remember, won't you say it with me now? Better is possible.